Welcome back. Sorry for the terrible video quality. This is being filmed on a laptop and using Linux, which this webcam is actually not compatible with. Surprise over there. And then actually sort these. So you may be wondering what this is about. Well, for those of you who don't know, 7 days ago or so, Build Lab had to make an official announcement saying that we would not be uploading any video this Friday. That was 3 days ago today. And this is why I upload no video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Build Lab PCs. I've got good news. The channel is officially back. My replacement Ryzen 5 5500 arrived today. This is it, which means we're back up and running again. But before we go back to building and benchmarking, I want to talk about something important. My honest AMD warranty support experience. The full story, dates, emails, everything. This is the first episode of Review Thursdays. May I take a sip of water? On July 18th, at around 7 p.m., I got home from vacation. I walked in my room and hit the power button on my PC. Went to the bathroom, came back, and the system wasn't posting. You see, I had just gotten back from a 10-day vacation in Florida, living my best life, seeing the Blue Angels, and I come back to my PC not posting. No display, no BIOS, nothing. It's just so annoying. All it's showing is the MSI CPU debug light. This has happened before, sadly. So I did all my basic troubleshooting that I normally have to do. First, I did a quick CMOS reset. Then I completely reseated the CPU. And then I tried to boot with only one RAM stick and swapped out both of the RAM sticks. And I even checked the GPU, replacing my 1660 Super in with a 1030. Now, I knew it wasn't the GPU because of the debug light, but you have to try everything. At this point, I knew something was seriously wrong. So, it's about 9 o'clock at this point, so I go lay down and I go to sleep. July 19th, the next day, I got excited and started digging deeper. I was working on another system and used one of my favorite quick tests. I take off the CPU cooler and touch the CPU. Don't try this at home, it's not a very smart idea. But if the CPU's hot, it's getting power and the CPU's probably not the problem. But if it's cold, it's not getting power and most likely it's the problem. Especially if you know that the power supply is working, that narrows it down to the motherboard or the power or the CPU. There can't be any in between. And mine was cold while the system was running. It never turned off, didn't do anything. Ice cold CPU running, no CPU cooler, no TP110. Hashtag sponsor. Combine that with the MSI CPU debug light and I knew the CPU was the problem. July 19th, sometime in the afternoon, I made my AMD account. That is the email of my access token. July 19th, I made my AMD account. About 10 minutes after I made my AMD account and realized that the CPU was the problem, I filed my warranty claim. And even though I don't have any screenshots, photos, or even an email of what I said something along the lines of, my CPU is broken, send me a new one. Right after I submitted that request, they sent me this email. This is an automatically generated email. Please do not reply. Basically saying it's been received and they will process it shortly. After that, it's now July 20th. So 2 days now after I get home expecting my PC to be working. Now, here's the only problem. I had a laptop, but this laptop was supposed to be recording another video. I tried Linux for 10 days on vacation on a laptop. You can see where this is going. Since I had done all my personal information on this laptop, I couldn't wipe it and install Windows on it. I had to be a Linux fanboy for, I think, the last 25 days now. 25 days I've had to be a Linux fanboy. A little annoying. Anywho, so the next day, July 20th, at 5:30 in the morning, holy moly, I guess I was awake though. AMD responds to me, giving me some basic troubleshooting steps. And if you can see here, this was the email. And right there's this little link, and that link took me somewhere that basically said, oh, you got to do this, and you gotta like reseat the CPU, and all these very basic troubleshooting steps that I had done. They told me to look on the back of the CPU for broken pins, like all these things. And fun fact, I actually was trying to record this video on my phone, because this was going to be like a how I fixed my computer video, but this has turned out to be a review video. Anywho, so there's an entire hour of recording of me of just taking the CPU cooler out, putting the CPU back in, taking it out, putting it back in, trying different orientations, trying to boot it with a different AM3 CPU cooler, doing everything possible. And it nope, had nothing to do with me. So, it's now 1:30 the same day. And I reply with, "Dear the person that was helping me, I have completed all of the troubleshooting steps provided in the link." And I told them, summary of results. The system receives power normally. There is no display output. The system does not post. BIOS is updated to the correct version for Ryzen 5 5500. CMOS was cleared and a full power flush was performed. RAM was tested in all recommended slots, including single-stick testing. GPU was reseated and tested with a known working graphics card. All power connectors, 24, 8, and GPU, were verified. All components work correctly when tested with another processor. After completing every step, the Ryzen 5 5500 still fails to boot or post. Please advise on the next steps for the warranty process. Best regards, Grant. I sent that email. Now it's July 21st at 1:40 in the morning. Almost exactly 12 hours after I told them everything. And they sent me 2 emails at once. One of the emails says that they've approved my warranty. Their other email says, gives me all the instructions for shipping. They give me a FedEx label, all the things. They give me all the instructions. And so that same day, July 21st, 2026, I boxed the Ryzen 5 5500 up and dropped it off at FedEx. On July 23rd at 1:40 p.m., they send me this email. Dear Grant, this email is to confirm that your Ryzen 5 5500 return package has been received at the designated facility. And then it lists my products. We will notify you again shortly to provide confirmation of your replacements with shipping tracking details. Then, finally, on July 24th at 9:45 in the morning, I finally get this email saying, basically, they sent me the tracking number and told me FedEx would handle the rest. AMD shipped my replacement, saying, congratulations, we've proved that this was the problem. So, July 27th, which was this morning, I guess they realized that today was the day I was getting it, and they sent me this email. Dear Grant, in an effort to continuously improve the quality of our customer service, we would appreciate it if you would complete a short satisfaction survey. Please tell us your experience relating to your recent case by clicking on this survey. We value your feedback and thank you for choosing AMD. Best regards, AMD Global Customer Care. Who needs to fill out a survey when you have a YouTube channel? So here's my honest AMD warranty support review. The speed was fast. The entire process took less than about a week. It took about a week. 8 days from submitting it to getting it. That's good. The communication that they were saying was clear, professional, and consistent. The troubleshooting was standard stuff, easy to follow. The only thing I have to complain about, I don't have the website here, but on their website, one of the troubleshooting things, they want you to replace the processor. And for those people who this is their only AM4 processor, they don't want to go out and buy a $50 Athlon 500G. Sure, you could go the route of buying it, testing it, and then go returning it, but that's way too much work for something that's gonna, whatever. It was very easy to follow. The shipping process itself was very simple. They gave me a prepaid label and I had to go drop it off at my closest FedEx facility. The only complaint, FedEx was fast, but I know a lot of people actually live closer to either USPS or even a UPS. That's in my case. I actually had to drive 30 minutes out of town to get to my nearest FedEx. And this is the replacement. We don't know. It seems boxed okay at the best. It's not the best box in the world for a processor, but the actual, protection is the box and the CPU clamshell. Overall, AMD's warranty support is solid. No runaround, no nonsense, just a clean, fast replacement. Company policy, I know it's the company policy. Build Lab is officially back. Videos this Friday and Thursday reviews start now. Thanks for sticking with me. Let's get back to building. That sounds way cooler in my head. Like do the outro where it's like.